Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Wednesday. It's November 7th. This will be our chart lesson for the day, and it looked like we were going to have a range day. We actually were in this range when I came in this morning, just kind of going sideways. Once we broke up and tested that and started heading higher, of course, you want to look for a measured move there. And there's a couple ways you could look for a measured move, measuring off these first legs as well, but the only one that was really accurate was this range here. Um, but later on, you did get a trend line here, and once it kept going higher, you had to wonder if maybe there wasn't a two-tiered channel working up, and of course it is. If you just drew that equal distance up from the measure these two and draw it up, then notice how we turned down right off of that. We actually ended up working a little bit above it here again. Um, and we're still working higher, so we're already back to 2,800 again. So this thing just keeps, market's been really good. This turned out, what looked like was going to be a slow range type day, turned out to be a pretty good day. Not a ton of trades here, but that's because a lot of this move, probably 12 to 15 points of this move came in the late in the afternoon. Really, this whole big move came after maybe around 1 o'clock. So we got a big rally late in the afternoon. There weren't a lot of opportunities to enter, but let's go through the trades and we'll wrap it up. I need to get out of here a little early today, so I'm doing this maybe a little bit earlier than normal. So when I came in the 7 o'clock hour, we were working down right in here. We bounced, and this is just a first entry, but let me make this a little bigger. It's a little hard to see. But you can see we had a little hole back there, then we pushed up and turned down. And we've had one leg down, so a lot of times you'll get two legs down. So you may want to take a shot on that right there. We're still underneath the EMA, and there's a good chance we may run down and test that low again, which we did, made a new low, and then bounced. The better trade was to wait on the lower high here. Notice we come back, we pull back, and you still got plenty of room to get out with a few extra ticks. So I like that one. And then actually, when it reversed here, when it made that new low and reversed, you could consider going long. Being that far away from the EMA, and notice we've got these lows over here, and so it's a kind of a double test of it. You may want to go for that one. I don't know if you could have got in it on mine. It gaps over and keeps going, so I don't know if you got filled on it, but your chart may be a little bit different. But notice how we just push right through the EMA. We pull back, make a first entry short, then we push up, make a little bit higher high than there, and pull back and make another higher low and a failed second entry short right off the EMA, right off the trend line. It's a double test of that EMA. I like going long right there. And off it goes. And where do we go? We go back and test the highs, and then we turn back down. There's another bounce off the trend line, but it's not a perfect bar. It's only a first entry, not much room there. I'd skip that one. We're working down. There's a reversal right here as well, and it does confirm that trend line. So you really could, the only problem I got with that one is it's just right into some lows right there. You could argue for it to probably be green, but we've had lately we've had a few of these that fail, and so if you're one of those that have asked about it, you'll know why. You got to be careful right there with that somewhat of a double bottom across there, and this being, there's just not much of a correction there. You want to see it. Notice right here you get two legs. That's the better place, and go short there, and it's a quick, easy move. Where here it struggles to go. It does go lower, but it struggles. And so you could argue for that to be green just because it does turn down off the trend line, confirms that trend line, and it is a failed second entry long. So I'll mark it green, but this was your better entry, and see how quick it moved down. Then we actually get another two legs back. We actually make a little bit lower low, but that's still two legs back and a big bearish bar. Just go short right there. And we're looking for prices to come down here. You got plenty of room. Of course, it bounces down here. And again, you could probably argue to go long right there. because we've really tested this twice, but generally you want to wait on a lower high or a higher low in this case, not a lower high, higher low coming off the lows. And you get that right there and you're still a little ways, that's a safer bet. Takes on off. Pulls back, gives you a failed second entry short, bounces off that trend line, bounces off the EMA. That's pretty much almost a repeat of this over here. It doesn't turn out to go very much further, but still a quick, easy scalp. I didn't mark it green because, again, blue, because it wasn't much of a correction, but it would have worked. So, and you may have wanted to take it just because it does bounce off the trend line and the EMA, and it does look very similar to, where's the other trade right here? It looks very similar to that going the opposite direction. So it could probably work out the same way, but we actually get a break here, and you're moving down first entry, pull back second entry. So there's a second entry long right there. First break of this trend line right here. So we may get another measured leg up equal to that one. We at least probably test the high and look at it go. And you actually pull back here, but it's right into all these highs across here. I'm not going to go long there. But then you get a little breakout pullback and a failed second entry long. And it kind of confirms that little spike in channel right there. So I like going long right there. You got plenty of room to get out. That's probably where we're heading. And in this case, it just keeps on going through. Then we just kind of start working sideways. We finally work back here. There is trend line working down here. You can kind of see that. I don't see any reason to be thinking longs until maybe here when it comes back to the trend line, but not a very good signal bar. But then it pushes up, pulls back, gives you a higher low. Now you want to go long. You got room to get out. Quick, easy move. And then we're really still kind of going sideways here. By this time, I'd draw my line. Well, anyway, it's right across there somewhere. I can't seem to get it to. Once you let go of that thing, you'll never get it to. Anyway, you got some resistance across here. So I don't think you want to be going long right into that. So, but when it pulls back to this trend line right here, gives you enough room, and now you can see that trend line working. So there's probably a flatter trend here coming into play, or at least there's a good chance with it making higher lows up here, even though you're not going higher here, that it may eventually go higher. If you got in there, it would have. You probably couldn't have ridden that out. It would have probably come back and stopped you out on any runners. But turns out to be a pretty nice move up. Then we're working back. You get a break of that trend line, a new low. Not a very good signal bar. Your higher low doesn't come to way up here. And then you're just kind of going sideways. Don't enter in this stuff. You don't really get a good chance. You might look at this as a breakout pullback short, but it doesn't break higher here. So I don't think you really want to go short. You may go short below that bar right there. It's a possibility. I'll mark it green. But I think you're better off to skip it. And then notice we come down and we bounce right off that trend line again. Notice we've bounced off it multiple times. And that is, even though you don't break higher, there's really two legs back. So there's kind of a hidden, probably second entry there. Doesn't matter. You can go long right there off that key entry point. You're a little bit ways from the EMA. Very small bar, very low risk. That's the kind of trade you like to find. Then you get a break, move to a new high. You actually get a failed second entry short right here, but I don't think you want to go long right into that double top there at the very high of the day, getting that close to the end of the day. Does pull back, first entry, pullback second entry. Now you get a second entry off the EMA. And notice we tested it once, we tested it twice. I like that one. You could almost argue for that one to be blue, really, because it looks like we do get a close outside, then a move to a new low. So that one's real close. You could argue for it to be blue. There's a higher low here, and that gives you another test of the EMA. But we're just kind of going sideways. That's really kind of neutral. Notice the next bar does the same thing. It's a little dangerous going long there. And that gets you into the 2 o'clock hour. So the morning was pretty good morning, and there's some pretty decent trades here. A couple of them might have given you a runner as well. You definitely would have got a runner here. I doubt you would have caught one here. One of these down here might have as well, but not a bad trading day. We finally trended again, and notice the volumes back up again a little bit today compared to today. A lot more bars in there, and it's not a real what I'd call a strong trend, but it's definitely it didn't get stronger till the afternoon. When you're swinging back and forth above and below the EMA like that, here too, you can really trade that both ways. So once we started heading higher here and got above the EMA, I'd only be trading to the long side. You can see we're never really correcting much, and we're still going higher. So anyway, that's what I saw today. Again, the volatility definitely picked back up today. We're back up above 2,800, so prices are moving again. We'll see where they go. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back again to do it tomorrow and wrap up our week, but I'm done for today. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.